When she looks up again, I tell her, "You can borrow it if you want." But I don't think she understands my signing. She walks slowly to the living room, reaches for a pocket-sized notebook, leaf green cover, a pen tucked in its spiral binding. She presses it into my hand and waits. I take the pen, open the notebook, fresh, clean pages. Write, "Would you like to borrow my favorite book?" She lights up. "Yes, please," she says. And then her mind seems to wander, lost in a daydream. I do that too when I have a good book in hand. I reach out tentatively, touch her arm. She turns her attention to me. "Ms. Gillan, you okay?" She taps her chest with her index finger, then slowly, deliberately, shapes her hand, finger spelling I-R-I-S. Then she says, "Call me Iris." I jot in the notebook, "How did you learn to fingerspell?" She nods toward a desk at the back of the room, a computer, sitting front and center. She Googled it? That's actually kind of cool. I write again. "So, Iris? Like the flower?" I make the sign for flower. Fingertips together, touch the sides of my nose. Her mouth drops open, eyes pop wide. "Certainly not," she says. "Okay. Not like the flower." She strides to the shelves, surprising me with her speed. She searches for just a moment, pulls out a paperback with black and gold cover. She flips through, stops, stabs a finger at the page, and shoves the book toward me. I peer at the spot she indicated. Iris, goddess of the rainbow. She's named after a goddess? Wow. I suppose if I'd been named after a goddess, I'd be proud of that. But I was named after one of my mother's wild friends. Back in the days when she had wild friends. Wild friend Macy won the coin toss in the hospital delivery room. If the dime had landed heads rather than tails, I'd be named after wild friend Ducky instead. I'm not sure the kids at school would ever let me live that down. Iris presses the book into my hands, so I take it, sit cross-legged onto the carpet, and read about a rainbow goddess, a messenger for the gods, traveling by rainbow. When I hold out the book to give it back, she says, "Donate." It seems like an important book to her, but maybe she thinks someone else needs to read it. Into the box it goes. I retrieve the notebook, ask what might be a cheeky question, but I honestly want to know what she'll say. "Do you ever deliver messages from the gods?" I keep a straight face, waiting for her answer. Even though the idea of Iris riding a rainbow, passing notes from Zeus or Hera, makes a giggle rise up inside me. A hint of a smile appears on her face. Not a laughter-coming smile, but the kind you get when you're remembering heart things. Like quiet times with your mom, or the moment you knew a certain someone was going to be your friend. Iris takes the pen, and we write notes back and forth. "I used to, yes, but I'm rather past that now." "What sort of messages did you send?" "Important ones. I send them through cookies." As I read her reply, my eyebrows shoot up, but Iris closes the notebook, tucks it beside her on the chair, points at a book-lined wall. We've hardly made a dent in the sorting and packing. I tape together a new box before gesturing at one wall of books, then the other, letting my expression ask why she has so very many books. "I love books," she says. That's obvious enough. But still, hasn't she heard of libraries?